Yeah, actually, it's just like, that's what they call gifted players. That's what they call developed uh, player. So when some of these players that are natural born players, when you see them, you will know by the skills. They don't play based on what their coach taught them to play. Just like, for example, players like Messi, players like Ronaldo. Natural players are born with all of that. They don't develop it, they just do it, and the moment they're with the ball, you see them doing those crazy things that, that's what they call the, natural born player is gifted with all of these potentials. Exactly. This is exactly what I meant. Yeah, you see that creative display. Whenever he's with the ball, all of that. So you understand that this guy is naturally technical. Those technicalities, you see them coming out naturally. Yeah. When it comes to that perspective, I think you see when you have natural talented players. Like I said earlier, those players that are naturally talented, they are gifted with all of those potentials. So most times you just allow them to do. You can see sometimes some of the players will say, "Oh, this player is doing 3 touches. He's done more than 3 touches," and I said, "No, I am the coach. I'm not a referee." So because you want the player to have that confidence that to be able to that thing he wants to do, you give him the freedom to do it. That's the only way those players can, grow. That is the technicality. So I believe in allowing those technical players to grow by that team sort of structure that I want them to just be playing like that. Just be playing yes, you can put the structure, but you shouldn't put away their technical abilities. No, you see, when it's being, one thing about player is that sometimes you try to draw the line because probably one of the major reasons, of course, the protection of the player is also important because having those potentials, you also want to also protect the player, from being vulnerable to injuries. So you try to, but that doesn't mean the fact that, because when you get to match situations, if you are limiting him from doing those things he wants to display in the midst of 3 people because you condition the game, in a match situation, when he's having such kind of situations, that consciousness of not doing what he's supposed to do will make him lose the ball. That is where you see most players, not able to exhibit being so more robotic, because and of course, this is where part of the psychological thing, because it's not all about the field, what we do in the field in coaching them. This is what people admire. This is why people come to pay money to watch. If football is basketball, then why would people be coming to field? They want to see something that will excite them. They want to see those technicalities, just like in my days of playing. People want to come, and then just the reason why they want to come, they just want to come to say, "Oh, no, Henry's, is a creative player. We just want to see Henry play." It doesn't matter about the result of the team. So that alone, your skills, your whatever, can give more kind of attraction to fans and to everybody. So that's I would tell when the player, even in my situation, I would say, having the ball at the touchline, even I say that to him at times, take him on, beat him, you can go. This is a part of encouraging. Why some coaches would say, "Oh, why? No, don't go. Leave." No, you don't tell players like that. Allow him, since it's 1-on-1, 2-on-1, let him engage those opponents and beat them. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you see, it's not always too possible in the sense that, you see, it's just like someone now who is born a natural left-hand person, you see them, their writing, everything is with left hand. And automatic, and as he's growing, when he was born, you see that is the hand that is perfect using and all of that. So when you're trying to, I'm just giving an example, trying to now force, he might try, but definitely it's not going to be as good as the whatever that is born. That is how it's being created, So the same thing with you can try. Just like myself, I always use myself example because I'm a player that uses both legs. I shoot, accurately at everything with both legs. That is different. It's not too common. Some people, I use my left, but it's not as perfect as the right leg, that is his natural leg and all of that. But some of us, it's natural to us that we can use both legs or whatever. So in exception of that, somebody using that is a natural left footer, you can convert him to use it, but he will never expect him to do as much as, you know, and crafty and crazy things with that natural left footed. He is just like we have a Saka, you know, who is a natural left footer. And all of them, you now say, okay, go and play at the right wing, which is his position. You know, he's a left footer, but he's playing from the right wing. So, but he cannot operate with the right leg. He's still with the left leg, like Salah. These ones are natural. They are born with it. And you see them doing crazy things, even much more. So, yeah. Yeah, because it's not, you know, the number is limited. And this is why, you know, more eyes are on them. And you see, naturally, and in terms of football philosophy, they will tell you that natural left footers are born with some kind of crazy dynamics of way of beating opponent, in the sense that each time, because the number of people using the natural right footers are so much, so most times your intentions when they are with the ball is always shifted at their right side, and why they are using their, so they get things more easier, they get movement more easier naturally, you know. So, and this is why it's easy for them. Most of them are natural footer, they play from the right wing, you know. So because you now that is using the left, either playing there, your weight, without you knowing, is always on that side, on that left. Your weight is more on this side without you knowing. So as he is coming, because you too playing the left fullback, you are a natural left footer. So your weight is always like this without you knowing. That's why you see it's easy for them to cut you to the right side, and you say, why is this guy going and he can't stretch? No, because his weight is on this side. These are psychological things. So this is why you see they operate more easily from the right side, get their goals, assist goals more easily.
Exactly.
It takes a crafty player to really do what you are talking about too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when you talk about the general aspect of it, you now discover that it's easy for them to get their way, you know, through, because not too common for players to quickly understand how to mark, you know, a left footer, natural left footer, especially when he's operating from the right side. Yeah, because they are more dangerous here. But like you said, there are still weaknesses. That is what it is. Yeah. So I think but I actually. I love natural left footers. I love having them in my team. You know, there are some left footers. I mean, not you know, there are people that will tell there are people that are natural left footer. You see, they're natural footer, but the real natural left footer, you know, that's what I'm saying. You don't know what you mean by that. You know, and you see one common thing. I don't know if you have observed that. Yeah. Many real natural left footers, they are good. They are good footballers.
Yeah.
Quite. It's not too common for you to see a real natural left footer that is no football that really doesn't know how to play. So, you know, but you will see good number of right footers that don't even know how to, you know, control football. But it's not common. When you see 10 natural left footers, maybe 8 of them will be very, very good. Yeah. So I don't know, yeah, because I know how deadly they are when they are playing from the right position. Like I said earlier, you know, whether you are a natural left footer playing from the left wing or you're even a right whatever, then as much as ball is coming from this side, automatically your weight will go like this without you knowing. Your weight is always like this because you feel that this is your touchline. First thing is that you want to cover this line for the player not to run through, forgetting the fact that it's not him running through and pulling out ball that really matters. Coming like this is more dangerous and deadly. But this is how, because your own is you are marking a winger. That is the first thing that will go in your mind. Okay, right, left full back. You know, your first intention is that you are now covering, you know, him from running. So with that psychological mind that you are now covering him not to outrun you and pull out ball, your weight is automatically like this. So you see them. So this is why any left footer that plays in my team, I want him to play from the right wing. Thank you. Bye bye.